Hi everybody. I'm out here in the garage. I've had some plants out here in the sun for quite a while. They were out there over an hour, and my pepper plants, I knocked one of them over and broke the top off of it down there. You can see it. That makes me so mad. But things like that happen. If it's a strong plant, it'll continue to grow anyway. It'd be like topping it, so to speak. But if it doesn't, it's my fault. Things like that, like I said, happen. Those are doing real good though. I hate that I broke a piece off of that one. These are eggplants. I'm going to have 12 eggplants, so I got two more back there that's not in a tray yet. These are the purple ones. They're good I like them they're kind of skinnier than the black ones. I like them for stir fry or roasted vegetables. Not necessarily would I use these for eggplant parmesan. And then these are the black ones like you would probably see at the supermarket. And they're wider, so they would be good for eggplant parmesan. And also good for any other thing you'd want to use them. You wait until they start getting their little second set of leaves, or like we say, the true first set of leaves. These little ones aren't like a regular leaf on the bottom, these here. When this starts coming up, that's probably time to pot them up into something a little bit bigger. And should do fine in here probably until time to transplant them. If they outgrow, if any of them I can tell are root bound, I'll probably pot them up into something bigger. But these should be all right. These are pretty good sized pots, the ones from Dollar Tree. So I try to use them, but they take a little more space up. So that's the eggplants, and I'll get another one up here and show you. Okay, those big those big pepper plants, I don't exactly know which kind they are. I just planted some seeds and didn't even pay much attention. I still wish I hadn't broken the top off that one. But anyway, those came from seeds I harvested, and these peppers, they're the big, huge, Big Bertha red pepper and yellow peppers. These came from what I harvested last year too, and they're looking great. Those were planted at the same time down there, but I grew them in my AeroGarden, and they grew about 4 times faster. But I ran out of room. So anyway, these are, like here's, I think the Big Berthas are all on the front here. And if they do get a little leggy, I'll plant them down into the soil, But I think these will probably be fine. Like I said, if they get root bound, I may have to pot them up again. But that's that one. And they're kind of a little droopy. They've been out the same amount of time. And here's the yellow. I don't know if any of these yellow ones got, I think some of these yellow ones actually got crossbred with the red. So they were orange. Some of them turned orange instead of yellow. So we'll see. It's probably a hybrid now. And this was a hybrid anyway, the Big Bertha. So it could actually be the plants that grow from the seeds of a hybrid could be either one of the parent seeds. So these could be a totally different plant. Unless, like I said, unless they got crossbred with the yellow ones that were right next to them. But they were a great plant, and they grew really good and strong. So I definitely want to see what they'll do. So that's that one. Okay, these are peppers that I grew from seeds that I bought instead of the ones that from what I harvested. You can see how strong those look. I did start those earlier than these though, over there. And these are just red bell pepper back here. I got 4 of them, and I got 4 of regular California Wonder green peppers. And they look fine for as long as they've been growing. And these here, Joy bought her a little cherry tomato kit from Dollar Tree, and I didn't want to grow it in the thing they sent because they sent some of that. Hold on, I gotta get a drink of water. It came with that compressed soil, and I've used that stuff before, and it's just not very good for plants. So I didn't even start them in it. I started them in regular seed starting mixture, and then transplanted them when they got their first little leaves into these with some better soil. And they're cherry tomatoes. So they actually look fairly good for as young as they are. I'm hoping, you know, they'll get a little bulkier as far as stronger limbs and stuff and branches. But they're still young yet, and this is the first time today that I brought any of these that's in these pots out. I think the last two I showed you, that's the first day I brought them out, and they've done pretty good. So yeah, that's the red ones, and then that's the green ones, and then these are the only ones I've potted up so far of my tomatoes. All my other tomatoes, and I think there's 11 other varieties or more, and I don't think I'll be able to get all of them in the garden, but I do like these big fabric pots. They're going to be great for tomatoes. So whatever I don't get in the garden, I'll have my own little mini raised bed, so to speak. Uh-oh, I just tore a piece off that leaf right there. You know, they'll be almost like a mini raised bed. So I'm only going to have 18 in the garden because of space, and the rest of them will have to be over here in those pots. So yeah, it won't be too awful long before I'm able to pot up the others. I can't bring them. I wouldn't advise bringing them out before they're potted up and have their first set of true leaves, you know, because they're just too young. They can't handle it, that sun real good, and they'll just keel over basically. So I'm going to leave that there, and we'll take a little walk. Hold on a second. Let me turn this around. Oh, it makes me mad at myself. I knocked that plant over, but like I said, things like that happen. I have a feeling that that one's probably strong enough to come out of it. It'll just turn, it'll like have a fork at the top of it where the new branches will grow in. I'm hoping that it does anyway. There's a jet way up there. I hear another plane. I don't know, I've been thinking about this bush, and it's so hard to get anything to grow in here because of the bush. And that's got, I better watch it, there's thorns on that. I'm gonna have to come out here and clean it up, and at least if I let it grow, it'll be manageable since it's not out of control, as long as I keep it trimmed and don't let it get into a huge tree-like bush. Because it's just, all year long, that's all I did was mess with this thing trying to get plants to grow. And I had some growing here, but they didn't, they could have done a lot better if they weren't fighting for this is getting all the nutrients, you know, in the ground. And nothing else was getting much. It's a pretty nice day. It's a little breezy, but it feels good. I kind of doubt they've done anything about that mess left behind from the tree. I really don't think they will even. But I'm just glad that tree's gone. And at least we'll be able to mow that part of our yard if it's not killed it already. It doesn't look like they've done anything yet. I'm going to have to end up getting this ivy off the wall. I'm not going to let it, that's bad to have all over your bricks. They get into the mortar and everything, and the roots try to get into the mortar and the bricks. By this spring at least, which is spring, what, tomorrow or something, or today? It's first day of spring? This will come out, let's see, today is Sunday, but this will come out in a few days because I have several other videos coming out, but I guess it is springtime, but it's still cool here. Most mornings it's pretty cool, but I do need to get that ivy off. Maybe my brother Scott will help me with that some. All that wind the other day knocked down all my little gnomes and figurines here. Those little gnomes from Dollar Tree, they don't last very long. They'll crumble. See them? There's pieces of them. They're really cheap. Oh, how'd this one get in there? They need painted. That's what they need. There's Adam and Eva. When I got them, we had a contest to see what we would name them. That was fun. I don't think I've ever given the owl a name. Never really thought about it. He's been there diligently for, I guess, 2 years now. I moved him around different places, but he's been there for a long time. I can't tell much difference with it in there. I have one of those solar things too that sends out a signal, high-pitched signal, and it's got an alarm on it and a light. They didn't like the alarm, but I don't think the sonic thing did anything to them. I don't think it stopped them from coming in my garden. But I think that was pretty much a waste of money. Now, I did use it when that groundhog was coming in. It was coming in, our guys of the neighbors with his dog playing his guitar. I did use the alarm on it because we had a groundhog. Y'all remember Bob? Bob was it, we called him. He lived down in that bush, down underneath it. And he was coming in there. He dragged some plastic all the way from in my garage. I'd had it. It was a long piece, you know, I was using to cover the garden. And it was like a trail all the way down through there, and it had it pulled in its hole down there. I had to come and pull it back out. But it kept getting in the garage, and it was like gnawing on stuff. It chewed into a bag of soil in there. You can see where it's done it. And so it just kept coming in there, like when it would rain and stuff, and it started coming in there. And I couldn't have it because I figured it would chew up, like I've got cords out there and stuff for electrical stuff, and like to charge I'm gonna have to charge the battery on my, I hope it works again on my lawnmower, riding mower. But yeah, these two look real good. I got them cleaned up. I still got to work on that. But so I turned on, I put that alarm right out here beside that grill, and I heard it go off a few times, and I come out and nothing would be out there, and it got to where it didn't come in our garage no more. It obviously didn't like the things going off like that. Well, I think I'm going to take these plants back in. They've been out here for quite a while. I like them to get the fresh air too, not just the sunshine, with the air moving around real good, you know, because it's kind of cold in the house, and I don't usually turn a fan on them or anything like that, so, which is good too. It helps promote stem growth. If you have a fan that, you know, moves back and forth, oscillates, just turn it on low. I have it on right now for the tomato plants that's back there, and these will be back there too, I mean, but it helps, it encourages it to grow stems, stronger stems and branches. The movement, making it move a little bit. So I still got this one to mess with. I'm gonna take a little bit of my time on this because it's hard really to get that hoe out here and get all that up, and then I'll have to, it'd probably be better if I pull the garbage can right up against there to where I don't have to do it twice, because last time I threw everything in a pile over here, then I brought the garbage can over and picked it up, had to bend over that many more times. That's what gets to my back and my knees too. My knees are shot. Too many sports injuries and car accidents messed them up. But yeah, I'll get this one in shape, you know, obviously before time, which is probably going to be May 10th. I don't know if I'll take a chance before then or not, because if you have a good frost, you'd have to cover everything, and that's a real pain. And it could still possibly kill some things with them being that little. So, you know, so I'm going to wait until there's probably no chance. I hope I have some bees move in my little bee motel this year. I don't know if I should maybe clean out the holes that weren't being used. I mean, the ones that were used and they never came out. This is my bee motel. I don't think any of those are new, unless they hibernated all winter. I don't see anything going in and out. There were little black bees. You see they've clogged up all these and some of the others. There's one, there's one. That one's busted out. There's one. Different color stuff they use and close it back in. So I'm hoping something moves in there. That gets them closer to my garden, see? And that's why I plant flowers right over there all around that rock, is for to bring the bees in. The only problem is I like to have them, some flowers. I'll have them over here in this, the first one I called stump flowers, because there was a stump there. I'll have some there, but I'm just gonna let that one. It's too much of a problem trying to grow anything, and where that bush is trying to grow. But right here, one reason I do it is so we don't run over it with the mower. But this is like petrified here. Well, some of that might move. I'll try to get some more of that out of here with my, I don't think it will though. Well, look, there's a little piece. Well, maybe I can get some of this out this year. I can't get that one, I know that. Hey, that's crumbling, look. So I'll fill this all in with, there's a hole there. I'll bet that's something living down in there, yep. Well, that's where I just got this from though. Yeah. I'll fill this up with soil and stuff around here, and I'll definitely have flowers again here. I've had them for quite a few years in this area. I do think there's something living down in there though. There's a hole underneath here, right there. A hole. I'm trying to get it from being clogged up, whatever's in it. Yeah, I'll fill all that in. I don't think there's anything living in there. It's not, it would be more rounded. And these are flowers, some of them have died. I don't know if I should just pull the dead ones up. Anyway, things will get going. I'm gonna put a bunch of dirt in here. I've got a bag I'm gonna use. That one that the groundhog got into, I'll dump over here. That's what I'll do. I probably ought to throw this away though. That piece. Where's the other piece? This one. Yep. It's a mushroom. Throw these away while I'm over here. I'm gonna get that bag and dump it out there because it's got too much. It's got too much wood chips in it for the garden, really. And there's some other old dirt in there. Now it's hard to see. I have to get back there and get it. Well, anyway, I think I'm going to go for now, everybody, and finish what I was doing. Let me turn this around. Hope you enjoyed it today. Just keep watching. I'll be doing lots of garden updates as everything starts going. And hopefully we'll see stuff way high by maybe June or July. I hope to be harvesting things as soon after that. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please press that like button. Also subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so that you get all my videos as soon as they come out. Everybody have a great day, and we'll see you later on. God bless.